Let's talk about financial abuse because honestly, it's one of the most overlooked forms of abuse, especially when you're co parenting with a narcissistic ex. It's not just about the money, it's about control, it's about manipulation and creating chaos. And the worst part, it doesn't stop when the relationship ends. In many cases, it gets worse, weaponizing the system, your time, and even your kids. I know someone who's going through this right now. Her ex makes over $250,000 a year, but he can't even buy their kids basic clothes for his home. Instead, he spends his money on travel, eating out, and whatever strikes his fancy, while their kids are left without warm enough clothes or with clothes that no longer fit them. Sometimes they have holes in the clothes. And when they're with him, the kids end up wanting to take clothes from their mom's house just so that they'll have something decent to wear. But here's the bind that puts her in. If she lets them take the clothes, they often don't come back or get lost, leaving her short on what they need at her house. And if she sets that boundary, asking the kids to keep the clothes she's provided at home, suddenly she's the bad guy. She's left in this impossible situation, trying to teach her ex to take responsibility while also ensuring the kids that they don't go without. And the kicker is she makes significantly less than him because she put her career aside during their relationship to focus on the kids. And now she's expected to provide for both homes, or her children suffer. This is what financial abuse looks like. It's deliberate, it's manipulative, and it puts the kids in the middle as pawns. And this isn't an isolated story. Another friend of mine gets just under $1,000 a month in child support from her ex, who makes well over 6 figures. That amount barely scratches the surface for 2 kids, and yet he rarely pays on time or at all. She has to chase him down, file reports, waste her time and resources just to hold him accountable. Meanwhile, he's out there taking trips, living carefree, and shirking his responsibilities. On paper, he fought for equal custody so that he could pay less in child support, but in practice, he gives up his time with the kids all the time. She ends up caring for them well over 70% of the time and covering all of the extra costs while he doesn't even pay that reduced amount that he owes. These are the tactics narcissists use. They manipulate the system, they shift the blame, and they weaponize the kids. And it's exhausting. Financial abuse isn't about withholding money. It's about the control. It's about creating a constant state of chaos where the healthy parent is left scrambling, overworked, and emotionally drained. What makes this even harder is that so many people don't recognize financial abuse as abuse. They think it's just a financial disagreement or a custody issue, but it's not. This is a continuation of the control and the manipulation that existed during the relationship. Back then, it might have looked like controlling the budget, questioning every purchase, or making you feel guilty for spending on necessities. Now, it's refusing to buy the kids' clothes, skipping child support, or making you jump through hoops just to get what's already legally and morally owed to you. And the worst part is the kids who suffer the most. They're the ones who get stuck in the middle, navigating the confusion and the chaos while the narcissistic parent plays games with their well-being. So, what can you do? First, name it, call it what it is. Financial abuse. Recognize the pattern, is the first step towards breaking free from the guilt and the self-blame. This is not about you being a bad parent. It's about them weaponizing their resources to keep control. Second, document everything. Every missed payment, every time you have to buy extra clothes, every text or email exchange. Keep those receipts. Keep records and proof of their neglect. It's tedious, I know. But having that documentation can make all the difference if you need to take legal action, unfortunately. Third, lean on your support system, whether it's friends, family, a therapist, or a lawyer. You don't have to go through this alone. Financial abuse thrives in silence. So the more you talk about it and bring it to light, the less power it has over you. And that's what's important. Take your power back. If you're going through this, I see you. I know how exhausting it is to fight for what your kids deserve while trying to shield them from the stress. Again, it's not just about the money. It's the emotional toll, the frustration, and the feeling that you're still stuck in their control. But let remind you of something important. You've already done the hardest part. You left the relationship. You're showing up for your kids every day, even when it feels impossible. That is strength. That is resilience. Financial abuse is far too common, and it's time that we call it out for what it is. It's not just a financial issue, it's manipulation, control, and post-separation abuse. But you're not alone in this. There are people who understand, who have been there, who can help. Keep documenting, keep advocating, and keep reminding yourself you're doing an incredible job. Thanks. Have a great day.